Welcome back to The Average Drinker. I'm Dara, I'm your average drinker, and today I'm doing something I am so excited about, something I've been wanting to do for a while, and that is show you what it's really like behind the scenes of The Average Drinker. I know a lot of you have reached out to me and been like, what lights are you using? What camera are you using? What computer are you using? What does it look like behind your set? What is your setup like? So I want to show you, I want to be transparent with you, and I want you to see what it's like, what it's really like behind the camera, because it's a lot of fun. And honestly, I don't know, whenever I started my channel, I reached out to a lot of other YouTubers who gave me tips on what they were using and showed me what they were using. So maybe this will help you at home. But what I will do is put all the things I'm using in the description, so be sure to check the description after the video so you can see, okay, she's using this specific camera, she's using these specific lights. So if you're really wanting to start your channel or get your setup going, this is what I'm using, and yeah. So here we go, let's do it. Welcome to our basement. I don't know, I'm gonna be really awkward in this video because it's kind of weird that I'm getting followed around. But I'm going to show you all what it looks like behind the scenes, like I said. So let's start off with, also thanks Bill for being behind the camera. I might flip it around on you in a second. So here's our basement. This is where we're recording. And in our basement, you can tell that it's a basement, right? We're going to walk in. Now let's go this way, okay? So this is our theater room. One side we have our theater room, got the TV, we've got the love sack, we've got our treadmill, and our rower, and of course, Jade's couch, right? So this is Jade's couch. It's an old, dirty, rugged couch that Jade likes to sit on while we're doing our videos, while we're doing live streams. She just likes to hang out. It's her spot, and she feels comfortable there. Now, let's take a tour on to the other side. And this is gonna be kind of crazy because it is completely different than the other side. So, other side, you saw the theater room. Now you're seeing the real set. Whenever our friends come over, it's like, you want to see our basement? One side we got the theater room, the other side we have a YouTube studio. So let's start over here. I'm going to show you guys, this is where we put all of our empty bottles. We are not alcoholics. This is where all of our empty bottles are. We also have some backup bottles up here too. Look at that camera work. You are amazing. So we got our backup bottles, and then you move on to this table. And by this table, I mean, it's kind of a lot of junk on it. It's kind of the catch-all. So it has notebooks of tasting notes, Jade's toys, squirrels. A squirrel, anyone? Meh, whatever. So we got squirrel toys. We got jewelry that I like to take off sometimes during the live stream or while I'm recording, because I'm like, well, that's super clinky. Not gonna work. We have some Neewer travel kits right here. I like to fill them up before we head off on a trip. Card games for live streams. You can play cards. All these cords, tape measures. I don't know what the tape measure is for, but I'm sure it was for something important. Then we have the tripod. So this is kind of the back of the set. This is kind of the setup. This is the camera that faces me while I'm recording, while I'm doing streams. And then here you've got the boom mic. I think we got both of these things on Amazon. Pretty sure on Amazon. Like I said, I will put the link and the description of everything I'm using in the description of this video. So be sure to check that at the end. Then we got a long extension cord, because that's normal for every person's basement, right? Long extension cord that keeps it all together. Then we have, we also have some flasks here. More Neewer stuff. Fart spray. Because everybody needs fart spray, especially when you're talking about me. I mean, Bill. Definitely Bill. This fart spray is good though. I highly recommend this Febreze Unstoppables. This is not an ad for Febreze, but this shit works. Okay, so got this. We use it to measure when we're pouring for our blinds, because we realize we really need to pour when we're doing our blinds, because you might get too much to drink. You might get a little tipsy, or you might keep them uneven, and then it's like very easy to tell which one is which. So this one helps us keep our pours even and helps us not drink too much. Got some stickers. These are for our blinds. Some pins. Also some dog hair. That comes everywhere. You can actually find dog hair everywhere here. Now let's slowly creep over. What are we looking at over here? Oh, this is just some more stuff. Oh, these are bottles. Oh, I got it. Okay, so he's giving me cues, but yes. So this is bottles that we're gonna eventually give away on the channel. This is just where we keep bottles for giveaways. We're saving those for something special, so be sure to tune in. Also, this looks like a pretty great hat. I mean, this is Bill's hat after all. Looks pretty good on him, not so much on me. All right, get rid of that thing. Now, we've got my squirrel. This thing lives, well, this is actually Jade's squirrel, but I call it mine. Whatever, I like it, it's cool. Okay, so now up here, we have samples. We have samples of all kinds of stuff, tape, playing card, notes to remind us of samples. This little guide to change the color of the lights. This is actually kind of cool. Green, purple, orange, red, white, blue. I like the blue. Yellow, ooh, that's ugly. I think I'm gonna leave it back. Purple's what I usually leave it on. I kind of like the blue too, though. I'm gonna go back to blue. I like blue. Christmas time, I like to rotate between red and green. Great colors. Also, this is that Old Fitz decanter that we found at Bill's parents' house. I think it's pretty cool. I wish it was still full, but it's a really cool bottle. And we have some random pins up here. We have some little funnel thingies. And these really cool Sazerac mini baby things that Bill found. Okay, moving on. Now let's continue over here. So this is just the little side table that we like to keep. When we're doing the blinds and we're doing things, we kind of set them over here. Or during live stream, if we want backup pours or whatever we want. We kind of just, it's a catch-all table. Normally I'll scoot it next to me during a blind. Or if I'm doing a video like 10 bourbons you want to add to your collection, I'll put all 10 here, keep them in order so it's really easy for me to pick them up and pour them out. Or not pour them out, but like keep them in order. So it's really just an organizing table, and honestly, I think it was like $10 at IKEA. Can't go wrong there, right? Okay, I had to give Bill's hand a second I had to give Bill's hand a break for a second. That sounded really bad. I don't know what. Anyhow, he's holding the camera, so great job, Bill. Thank you so much. Okay, so I want to show you the bottles in a second, but first, I'm going to show you the side of the camera where I sit. Okay, so we had to turn the lights off because honestly, it was just blowing everything out to get a little bright in here. So, we turned off the lights. We got 2 lights right here. Got this butcher block table that came from the Home Depot. We may put legs on it, we may not. We have some random bar stools. If both of us are sitting here, we use both of these stools. We also have the infamous barrel. If you guys remember, when I very first started my channel, we used this barrel to record off of. Now, for a while, we were thinking, okay, we might put one barrel on one end, one on another, and eventually make that into the table. But the further along we get, the more we realize how much of a pain in the butt it is for both of us to try to sit next to the barrel. Right? One barrel is not working. So we may eventually make this barrel into another set. We may put a couple legs on the table. We're gonna do something. Just not working for us all the way. It's got a towel on here because it's not actually attached. And we both have ADD, and both of, like, some of the rings are already off on the ground of the barrel because we can't stop playing with it when we're sitting here. So that's that. Then we have another random stool over here. This is one I sometimes set on. Sometimes I set my water bottle on it when I can actually remember it. Then we've got the computer up here. Sometimes for live streams, well, every live stream, I use my computer right here. And then we have this giant monitor back here. It's just an old TV. And we connect the two, and I can close the computer and then see everything right up there on the screen. We got 2 lights, kind of angled down. I learned that from Stuff and Whiskey. Thanks to Josh and Aaron for helping me out on that. Then I got the big boom up here like I showed you guys a little bit ago. So that's where my mic goes. I don't have like a lapel mic. I use a boom mic, and it's worked pretty well so far. It gives us pretty good sound quality. Hopefully you're getting good sound quality right now because we put the boom mic on the camera and it's kind of sitting up there. So now let's go over here. I have a remote for the TV and the camera, kind of set it here. I have a wireless keyboard that I set up during the live streams, pop that up there too. I have a towel because I spill all the time. everywhere. And I honestly, this is that old couch that I showed you over there that Jade likes to sit on. This is like the little, what, the footrest or the armoire or however you say that thingy that people put their feet on. I don't know what it's called. But anyhow, this is the thing that I just put the stuff on because it's just a good another spot to put stuff on, and that table gets full and I can't quite reach that table. So I set it here and I just kind of put my tasting notes over here sometimes. I put my ratings over there sometimes. Also goes into the computer. And this little thing is super handy because I can plug it into my computer. I can plug the live stream cords up to it, the TV cord up to it, and it all brings it all together. I'm not an electrician. I'm not a technological genius, but this thing is great, and I can put the card into it and upload my videos to the computer. Now, I had to take a breath there for a second. I was getting a little, like, I was talking real fast for a second. Okay, now, all shook up. Okay, got it out. Now, let's move on. So let's start to show you the crazy stuff, and that's the bottles, and there are a lot of them. I mean, holy moly, we have probably over 300 bottles now. Definitely over 300 bottles. So they started off on this big wall, but then we ran out of space on the wall. Now they're all on the floor. So we have over 100 bottles just sitting on the floor. All of these bottles. We gotta do something with these bottles. We need to get the bottles up on the wall on another shelf. Yeah, look at all these bottles. Holy moly, what in the world? That's a lot of bottles. And the squirrel on the floor. Yeah, so this is all the bottles on the floor, just hanging out. And then we've got all the bottles on the wall. Oh, we also have some samples. We have sample bottles and more bottles. Bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles. All the bottles of whiskey. That's all the goodness. It's all behind me. It's all on the floor. All right, so now we have the bottles on the shelf. And we kind of have the bottles organized a certain way. The top shelf, I mean, the first two are not like the others, but we have some Heaven Hill bottles, like all the Elijah Craigs, all the Elijah Craig barrel proofs. Then on the next row, we have Jack Daniels, Maker's Mark. We have Weller's, Buffalo Trace, then Old Forester, Russell's Reserve single barrels, Booker's, Bardstown's, Michter's, 1792's, Knapp Creek's, Barrels, Stranahan's, High West. Then some more random bottles on the bottom, some ryes. Then up the top we have some like world whiskeys. We have scotches and Irishes. We have some of our favorite whiskeys of all time on the middle shelf. Then the next shelf is just kind of our daily drinker shelf. I mean, from Cooper's Craft to Bunnahabhain 12, Port Charlotte, Smoke Wagon, Ardbeg 10, Rare Breed, Wild Turkey 101, OGD 114, Tin Cup 10 Year, Rebel Root Beer. Then we have our scotches. We have some delicious scotches, some Kilchoman, Bunnahabhain, Brooklady, Lagavulin, Ardbeg, Lafroig, Oban, Glendronach, Glenfiddich, Dalmore, Springbank, Redbreast, Taunua, Bushmills, Jameson, and then we have some other random bottles on there. We have some other good drinkers on there, but literally there are bottles everywhere. And then also, I mean, you're panning around showing off the bottles that we have, but we also have a whole bunch of Glencairns. We kind of keep the Glencairns, the clear ones in one spot, the labeled ones in another spot. But overall, we got bottles everywhere. So now it's time to figure out what the heck we're gonna do with all these bottles. We need to get another shelf for them. Oh, and speaking of shelves, we actually built these together. Bill and I built these together. We bought the little plywood, not plywood, the wood. We bought this wood at Home Depot. So we bought the wood at Home Depot, and then I sanded it and stained it. And then Bill put them up on these pipe shelves. We put them up and they're really awesome. It took us a little bit of work, but it was really fun to do. And it was the first time I got to use a sander, and then I got to stain, and that was really fun. We put like 2 layers of stain on them. And then we have the LEDs, which that, holy moly, that was a project in itself, because Bill, you actually had to like, solder all of the wires together and then like put white stuff on. I mean, not white stuff, I think the soldering was the white stuff. And then, yeah, so they're all looped through. And then you can actually, like I showed you a few minutes ago, you can actually use the remote to turn them on and off. You can do it from your phone. You can change the light to green, blue, purple, white, blue. So you can go through all the colors, and you can make it like fade to a bunch of colors, like it's Christmas. So there it is. There you have it. Now we're only missing some more shelves. We need to like get a few new things. We need to get a new table, maybe a new set. So we're working on it. We're getting there. But like I said, I'm going to put all the descriptions of everything that we're using in the description. So if you're just getting started on your channel, you can actually look at it, see what you might like, see what the price costs. Some things cost more than others. And honestly, without patrons and things like that, and without your support, I wouldn't be able to do this. We wouldn't be able to keep going. So grateful for all of you. So thankful for you and your support. And this is what it looks like behind the scenes of the average drinker. Anyhow, I'm Dara. I'll see you next time.